Alright, hey, welcome to challenge. I'm pretty sure day 21.
Well, getting up there.
Yep. Alright, so today's class is yoga and HIIT combined. We're going to start off standing, which is why I'm standing, and why we're standing. Alright?
Have
So
a
we're
good
gonna,
class.
yeah, have a good class. We're going to start with some yoga, just like the 26 and 2, or hot yoga, original hot yoga style warm-up. So starting with the breathing exercise, pranayama, deep breathing. All right, feet together, toes and heels touch. I'm gonna stand up nice and tall. We're gonna do 2 sets. The first set, if you're used to the 26 and 2 yoga, same thing, right? 6-second inhale, 6-second exhale. So interlock your fingers, knuckles on your chin like they're glued there. Nice relaxed shoulders. Look straight ahead. And now start. Inhale, slowly stretch your elbows up towards the ceiling. Inhaling through your nose. Fill your lungs all the way, hold it. Exhale, push your head back, mouth wide open. H-I-ha sound. Knuckles on your chin. Elbows touch away from your chest. Inhale. So an arm and head movement is synchronized. Stomach in tight. Full lungs. Exhale. Hip muscles tight, hips a little forward, weight on your heels. Elbows touch, lungs empty. Inhale. Take in as much as you can, hold it. Exhale. Push your head back with your hands, look back. Spine straight though, no backward bending. Elbows touch. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. Exhale. Push your head back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. Inhale. Head down. So that's the pace you want. Stomach in. Hold it. Exhale. Push your head back. Relax your shoulders and stretch them forward. Slowly forward. You might feel your shoulder blades coming forward. Elbows touch. Inhale. Nice and slow. Warming up. Chest up. Full lungs. Exhale. So the more air you can get out, the more room you're going to have for your next inhale. Elbows touch. Inhale. Trying to take a bigger breath each time. Feel your rib cage opening, expanding. Hold it. Exhale. Stomach in tight on the exhale too. Get everything out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Gonna make it your biggest, your deepest one. Taking a little bit more and more. Exhale. Get it all out. Keep exhaling. Elbows touch. And you're done. Relax your arms down, relax your shoulders. Alright, so second set we're gonna move a little faster. It's 1 second inhale, 1 second exhale. If that's too much on your neck or shoulders, you're not going to move that full range of motion. That's okay. Just try to really take in as much as you can and exhale as much as you can in each breath. All right, so we're going to do about 20 of these. Interlock your fingers, knuckles on your chin, but it's the same setup, same form. Shoulders relaxed. And start. 1, change. And relax your arms and relax your shoulders. Gonna do half moon pose with hands to feet pose. So go in all 4 directions, side to side, back and forward. Here we go. Feet together, arms over your head sideways, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release the index fingers, thumbs crossed. So it's that pistol grip, tight grip, palms together like they're glued together up to your wrists. Stretch up and now right and left, right and left, right and left. You're gonna feel stretching down both sides of your body and warming up. And stop in the middle. The elbows are locked, arms with your ears, no gap between biceps and ears. Hips a little forward, upper body back, weight on the heels, so hips and thighs are tight, stomach in tight, chin up, arms back. Take a deep breath, full lunge, stretch up one more time, try to touch the ceiling. In straight line, slowly bend your body to the right, without bending your elbows, without bending your knees. Continuously push your hips to the left, beyond your flexibility. Trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling all over the left side, inside out, bones to your skin, fingertips to your toes. A little bit hips forward, upper body back, weight on the heels. And left hip forward, so your hips are in one line. Right shoulder forward, you're opening your chest. Stretch your arms, keep the elbows locked, palms tight, and steady push with the hips. Push, push, push. Inhale, come up. And stop in the middle. All right, reset. Hips forward, body back. And hips and thighs tight means you're squeezing your butt some, thighs tight, stomach in. Good, chin up. Take a deep breath, stretch up. And straight line, slowly bend left and push your hips to the right. Steady push. Trying to create tremendous stretching now on the right side. But same thing, fingertips to your toes, whole right side. Weight on your heels, hips and thighs are still tight, still stomach in. Chin up off your chest. Right hip forward if you need a little bit. Left shoulder forward. Hips and shoulders each square to that direction you're facing. And no twist here. And stretch your arms, lock your elbows. Steady push with your hips. Come down and push, push, push. Inhale, come up, stop in the middle. All right, back bending. Take a deep breath, drop your head back, look back as far as you can. Again, deep breath, squeeze your palms, stretch up, and arms back. Reach your arms back, and to touch that spot you're looking at. Feel your whole spine start to backward bend. Lower back, middle back, upper back, everything backward bending. Push your upper body back, weight on the heels. Keep your thighs tight, legs are strong. Inhale, push stomach, legs, hips, everything forward. Now arms back, squeeze your palms, stretch back, reach back, go back, look back, way back, more back. Inhale, come up, stop in the middle, stomach in. Bend your knees and put your hands on the floor in front of you. Take your time here. Avoid furniture sometimes. Hands on the floor, move your hips right, left, right, left. So loosening up your lower back now. We're always taking it easy with this U-turn from back bend to forward bending. You can nod your head a little bit. Just let it hang. You can squat down. Again, loosening up. All right, hands to feet pose, Padahastasana. Bend your knees what you need to, and grab your heels from behind, underneath your heels. All 5 fingers together. Little fingers touch side by side. Don't lose your good grip, and start to pull as much as you can. Stomach on your thighs, chest on your knees, face to your legs below your knees. Let your head be heavy a bit here. Keep pulling. You're going to slowly lift your hips up as much as you can, trying to lock your knees, creating a tremendous stretching feeling under your legs. From your tailbone to your toes. Give yourself a little smile here. Roll forward, weight on the toes. Lift your hips. So that stretch in the backs of the legs might be moving into your hips, your low back, maybe your whole spine, whole back side of your body one day. We'll stretch here, pull, Roll forward. Lift your hips up. Breathe, and if you can, lock your knees. Lock your knees, lock your knees. Inhale, come up. Arms with your head, knees bent. Is okay all the way up to the top. And then arms down side. All right, we're gonna come down to the mat now for some bridges. We're switching it up into the HIIT work today. And then we'll come back to some more yoga. So looking to get us even more warmed up. So we started to move the spine. Now we're going to really warm up with the big muscles, your glutes. So if you want to use a resistance band, go for it. It goes around your legs just above your knees. It's optional. You do not need it. And just to show you, I'm not going to use it today. Oh. Alright, hip width distance with the feet and the knees. Right, so ankles under your knees. Arms down side. We're going right into the bridges. So once we start, you're going to keep the hips off the ground. Here we go. Take a deep breath. Exhale, hips up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up and down. Up and down. And this is not like you might do a bridge in yoga sometimes. We're doing our HIIT style bridge where your shoulder blades stay down. So we're not coming high up on the shoulders. Not trying to push your hips up past the line between your knees and your shoulders. Right? You're going to be able to see the tops of your knees a little bit at the top of your bridge. So you're exhaling on the way up through the mouth, inhaling on the way down through your nose. Exhale up, inhale down. Last 5, 4, and you can hear Nancy's breath. It's kind of a shushing sound. 2, 1, hold it at the top. We're going to do some calf raises. So heels coming up, down, going a little slow. Down, exhale up, inhale down. So that exhale, like you're kind of like you're blowing between your teeth. So it's not a big wide open mouth. Exhale up, inhale down, holding the bridge. So it's really just the heels coming up and down, up and down, up and down. Suck your stomach in while you're doing this. You're going to contract your pelvic floor muscles too. Like you're in a long line for the bathroom. Last 3, 2, 1. Hold it on the toes. Pulse your hips. Little pulse, pulse, pulse. So small range of motion. Up, 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 up. Keeping your heels up. Really just a little extra squeeze with your glutes to lift, 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 lift. Exhale with each pulse. It's going to help. Trying to make sure your knees aren't opening up wider. Right? Keep them over the ankles, even though your ankles are now in the air. Last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Lower everything down. Excuse me. Hug your knees into your chest. All right. It's dry and the heater's blowing right across my face today. I know, I could. Or I could just slide. I'm going to slide. Alright, so next round we're going to open up the legs wider. Heels out towards the edge of your mat. Toes point out some. Alright, arms down side. Same idea. Knees are over the ankles. Once we start, hips stay off the ground. Ready? Inhale. Exhale, hips up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. inhale, down, up, and down, not touching the ground, up, and down, same as before too, not higher than where your knees are, so you're going to be able to look down, and maybe just see the tops of your knees, feel your shoulder blades stay out on the ground, you can press your arms into the ground here, down, exhale, up, and down, up, inhale, down, exhale, up, down, stomach in tight. And if you're feeling this in the knees or too much in the lower back, you're going to adjust your feet. You can bring them closer to your bum. You can bring them further out. Maybe you need to shorten your stance, not as wide. That's okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your bridge. Calf raises. Heels coming up, down, up, down. Just again, as high on the toes as you can. Up, down, up, down. And you're going to feel a little bit in the lower back because it's working too. They cannot relax here. Exhale up, inhale down, exhale up, inhale down. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up on your toes. Pulse your hips. Pulse, 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 pulse. So again, just a little extra squeeze to bring the hips up, 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 up. Still feel your shoulder blades down. Stomach in, suck it in. You got this, last little bit. Stay strong, stay with it. Last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Lower everything down. Hug your knees in or stretch long. All right. We're going to do some ab work next. So ab work today, we're going to do some scissor leg lifts. And that is basically arms underneath you a little bit. Going to lift the shoulders up. Long legs, thighs tight. Going to scissor, which we've done a bunch, right? Right leg over, left leg over. Crisscrossing, but lift to the top. And then lower down, scissor up. And lower down. All right, so we're going to... And before you set it up, we're going to do that. I'll say change. We're going to do the next one. But so before you do any of this, we're going to put water bottle between your legs. Down kind of by your ankles. So round 2. And you can do this, the first one with the water bottle, right? That's just going to be your low spot. You're not going to go lower. Round 2, we're going to start with the legs around the water bottle. Shoulders up. You're going to lift your legs. Same thighs tight, pointed toes up to make together. Come to the left side of the water bottle, up, right side, up. Sorry, each time go through center, do apart. I'm messing it up too. Right, together, left side, up, apart, up, right side, up. And you don't ever have to go lower than the water bottle. Right, just think you're getting to either side, either single legs or double legs, but going to either side of it, just like it's a big line through the room. All right, and then the last one we're going to do is that toe tap. So long legs, long arms. You're going to reach up, reach for the opposite toe, back down, left arm to right toe, left fingers to right toes down. All right, here we go. I will remind you as we go. So scissor leg lifts first. Get the bottle between your ankles. Hands a little underneath. Here we go. Shoulders up, legs up together, and go. So you're going to scissor as you work your way up at vertical. Just going to lower down nice and slowly. Then scissor again. Scissor up. When you get to the top, you can drop your head down if you like. It's just that you got to lift it up when you're low. Exhale as you lift. Doesn't matter if you do 3 scissors or 10 scissors on the way up. Whatever is good. Right? Just no rush. No rush to get up there. Try to keep your thighs tight, knees are not bending. And change. So bringing the legs apart, shoulders up, same upper body position, go. The legs come up together, down to the left side up, apart, up, right side up.
I don't know when to exhale.
Exhale as you lift, inhale down, exhale up. You can switch that. If it's more comfortable for you to exhale as you bring it down and inhale as you come up, you can. And again, you don't have to go lower than the bottle. You can go up high. This is all about you. You can stay low and not come up past 45-degree angle. If you want extra intensity, don't come up too high. You know,
I don't.
change. All right, legs are down, legs are outside the bottle, arms up, and go. So exhale, reach for that opposite toe, down, exhale, reach, and down. It's okay. Stomach in, suck it in as you reach up. Sometimes when you do these kinds of crunches, your belly wants to push out. Think of pulling it in. And it's not that there's not going to be some kind of crunching with stuff, you know, bunching up there.
Stuff.
Yep. Right, you are taking all this material that's in it on the belly, muscle and fat, and you are squishing it together. But with the muscle, really think of pulling into. So that deep layer of your abs is kind of contracting and pulling down towards your spine. And change. All right, little breather. Our next ones we're going to do are our penguin toe taps. So bending your knees a bunch, shoulders up, long legs. I'm just going to show you. While you rest, reach for your toes, reach for your toes. All right, and then we're going to do some crunches. 2 different ways. We're going to do crunches, hands behind your head. We're going to do the one where you bring your knee in. So crunch, knee in, down, knee in, down. And we're not twisting at all. It's just straight up with the upper body and knee up. Right? No twisting. Then the last round, we're going to keep the legs down and do some crunches. No hold this time. All right. Here we go. Penguin toe taps. Bend your knees pretty deeply. Ready? Shoulders up, long arms, and go. And your feet can be about hip width distance. We're not going really wide with them. You want to keep them hip width or closer because you want to have to twist. You're not so much twisting, but do that side crunch, right, to reach down. So you really want to use the obliques. If you go really wide, you don't have to go so far. We want to encourage range of motion here. And then you just go as far as you can. Right, as much range of motion as you can. I like to exhale as I reach. Inhale back to center. It's whatever you need. You can always support your head with your hand. Right? The hand that's not reaching. Whatever you need. And change. All right, open up the knees a little bit more. Hands behind your head nice and loose. Ready? And go. Shoulders up, knee in, down. Hands are there for support, but you're never pulling on your head, never pulling on the head and pulling the neck. All right, so try to keep the elbows out wide. Or you can make sure to just have fingertips back behind your head, not interlocked fingers. Either one of those is really going to help you make sure, even though you think you're not pulling, if you're doing those things, odds are you're not pulling. And change. All right, feet stay down and go. Crunch. Exhale, lift, inhale down. You don't have to hold at the top. Just try not to bounce. Right? It's not up and down like you're throwing yourself up and falling down. You want control. So rather than what we do sometimes with a hold for a few seconds, you might hold for like milliseconds. That's okay. It doesn't have to be super deliberate. It just has to be controlled. The movement has to be controlled. If your hold is not deliberate, that is okay. Couple seconds left here. You can always cross your arms across your chest. That does leave your head on its own. All right, last 5 seconds. Change. All right, we are going to do a side plank.
Okay.
Pick your side. Yeah, don't need your water bottle in between your legs anymore. Fold your mat up if you need to. All right, here we go. Ready, set, and go. Bring it up. So the form you want, make sure elbow under your shoulder. On my bottom arm, press into the ground with the forearm. Not all the weight is on your elbow, it's distributed a bit. You can stack your feet on top of each other, or top foot in front of the bottom foot, then heel the toes, or bend that top leg, bring it up higher. So as you go from the stacked feet, as you switch through those, you'll get more and more support. Making sure, nice long line. Right, shoulders, hips, that bottom ankle. Nice long line. Stomach in, butt tight. You can look up to the ceiling. Keep the top shoulder back. Nice open chest. So we're not collapsing at all. You got so much room to breathe. Last seconds here. Change. We've been doing a minute of those every time. So maybe you're starting to notice if you're getting to stay there longer or improving your form. So just notice if you haven't yet. We'll pay attention next class because we do them all the time. All right, we're going to do a forearm plank here. Elbows under your shoulders, parallel forearms. Here we go. Ready, set, and go. Nice long body. Eyes a little forward. Your breath might be longer here. You just want to breathe comfortably. So preferring parallel forearms, palms down. You can always make fists here if you want, but palms down will encourage you to relax the forearms because they don't really have to do much here. And there's not much in your body that can relax. So might as well let them relax. Stomach in. Tuck your tailbone a little bit maybe. Not Not too much pressure in the low back. We're almost to a minute. We're staying a little longer today because we're not doing a second one. So we're just going to try to hold a little longer. Do your best. You're already over the minute. So if you're used to doing the minute in class, you've surpassed that. Just breathe. Eyes a little forward. Look between your hands. You got this. If you're shaking, that's okay. Last seconds now. And change. All right, so that was a minute and a half. Just take a breath down here. And you can relax all the way down if you want. Put your head down. I'm going to take a couple breaths. All right. We're going to do something very different today. We are going to do a Sphinx Pose in here.
Am I supposed to be like, ooh?
Excited. Yeah. All right, so Sphinx Pose is one of the yin poses we do. So from lying down, just going to try to bring your arms in, almost like you're in Forearm Plank. Elbows under your shoulders. Yeah, you can start. Elbows under your shoulders. Legs can open up wide. So we're going to do a little bit of a back bend here. And so you're already basically in it, right? Not dropping your head, not trying to sink the shoulders down, right? Think chest is up, like the Sphinx. You can bring your legs closer, which will intensify the bend in the low back, or let them open up wide if you need to. Now you can also think of using your forearms against the ground, your elbows, and kind of pulling your body forward. You're not really going to move much, but you're going to create a little bit more of that traction in the low back. And now that we're here, you're going to try to relax. Let your belly hang. Really think you're relaxing from the rib cage, below the rib cage down, because your arms are going to keep working, your neck is working, your upper back's working to keep you supported, but try to relax the lower back. Relax your glutes. You know, we just did our ab work, we did some planks. So you might feel a stretch on your belly. Or the back bend might even feel a little intense. If it is, you can always bring your arms a little further out. All right, slide your elbows forward. Just going to stay a little bit longer. If you feel like you need more intensity, you can start to you can come up onto your hands and lift the elbows off the ground for seal. And with that, you can bring your hands, like Nancy just did, closer in. So your wrists are more under your shoulders, or you can keep them forward and do the same thing.
Oh, my knees don't like that.
Knees don't like that.
My knees don't like to be down.
Yeah. Yeah, so depending on your range of motion, if you bring your arms really close, right, your hips are going to lift up too. Just take it easy here, because the idea is, as soon as you get up there too, you want to try to relax your glutes. Yep, and you can always come back down. We're just going to be in here about 20 more seconds. And to change, we're just going to use your arms to lower yourself back down, all the way down to your Body's down. You can turn your head one way. If you turned it one way last time when we rested after plank, you can turn it the opposite way. Notice how your lower back feels now. We're going to take 2 more deep breaths here. We're going to go into side plank on the other side. Come into your side. And if you did right arm down last time, left arm down this time, you can fold your mat. Get a good spot for your arm. And now here we go. Make sure elbow under your shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. You have all the same options with your top leg here. And we're not doing anything fancy. We're going to hold. So your feet are both flexed. Legs are strong, hips up, stomach in, butt tight. Tendency in this one is the top hip wants to roll back, but keep it forward, keep your hips vertical. And you can always look down your body. Your hips are one that's not too bad to see what's going on. If you can't feel it, no worries. Right, but if you look and see, you can start to make that connection, the feeling to the position. And stretch up tall. We're almost towards the end. Well, we're already towards the end, not almost. We're already there. Stay with it. Press your forearm into the ground. Change. All right, we are going to come up to standing. Yep. All right. Here we go. I'm going to adjust the camera real quick. All right, we're going to do some Sumo Pulses. So a little bit wider feet, not really wider than your mat, but wider than shoulder width, stomach in tight. We're going to come into our squat and pulse. And this one, not hips below the knees. We're going to pulse here. We're going to do this a few rounds, and then we're going to turn sideways and do what has become my favorite combo, and it's that little hip slide. So we're going to bring, kind of like you're going into a side lunge, right? You're going to step out, come down into the lunge, and then we're going to slide the hips across. So rather than coming up from your lunge, you're just going to slide from side to side until that right leg gets straight, and then back, trying as best you can to keep your hips down. And the feet for that one generally point pretty forward. All right, maybe a little out, but not a lot. All right, so 4 rounds of Sumo Pulse, then we're going to go into that side lunge slide kind of thing. All right, here we go. Ready? Set. Bring it down and go. Oops, we're on the wrong thing. But it's okay. My timer is just going to make me do more math. That's okay. Hips are back. A lot of weight on the heels. Not much on the toes. So knees are back over your hip, over your feet. And change. You can come up and shake it out. We're doing it again. Ready? Coming back down, set, and go. And little pulses. So you can have your fingertips on the floor. They can be up. You can have your elbows against your knees. Just if you're doing this, try not to push, right? We don't want to push the knees open. Want to keep them in their spot. Stomach is in tight. And change. You can come up, shake it out a little bit. You might feel this in the thighs, you might feel it in the glutes a little bit, or inner thighs, or you're gonna feel at different spots. Ready, set, and go. Back down, stomach in. Don't have to look forward here. Don't need to crane your neck, right? Neck in line with your spine. And this one, you can do toes forward or a little out, whatever it is, whatever works for you, change. I generally like to keep my toes going the same direction my thighs are going, right? The direction the knees are bending. All right, last one, ready? Back down, go. But you don't want to feel pain in the knees here. It's all about that muscle burn, thighs, glutes, wherever you're feeling it today, stay with it. Change, coming back up, shake it out. We're gonna turn sideways, coming towards one side. Here we're gonna take a big step out for your side lunge. Down into the lunge and then go, sliding side to side. Take your time. This is not fast. And you might feel this all the way through the movement. I usually do. Change, not always. You can come up. I like to keep my feet open. If you have a good step, that's what you want. Ready? Coming back down and go. Side lunge, sliding across. We're trying to keep your hips, we're trying to keep them kind of at the edge of their range of motion, which is why you might feel this all the way through. Right? It might start on one side, more on one hip, change as you slide across. You might feel that feeling transition, right? So both hips, then to the other one. All right, ready, set, go. Slide across, chest up, even though you're leaned forward a bunch. And just going as low as you can. If you feel this in your knees, make sure you're not leaning forward. Your hips have to be back for this. Change. Right, as you sit lower, your hips are going to get closer to the floor, but behind your feet. Ready, set, go. Your hips are way back. Slide across. Slide across. Last round for now. Last round. Take your time. And change. All right, coming up. Coming back to the left side of your mat or towel. All right, we're going to do triangle pose. There we go. Feet together, arms over your head sideways. Right foot step to the right, a big step. 4 feet minimum, arms are down side, palms down, hips forward, upper body back. Turn your right foot out. So point straight to that right side. Heels are in one line, pointing that way too. Inhale, bend your right knee, sit down. Can bounce if you need to. Right thigh parallel to the floor. Right knee over your right heel. Hips forward, body back. Take a deep breath. Move both arms at the same time. Right elbow in front of your right knee. Stretch down. Try to touch between your toes. Turn your head, look up, chin to your shoulder. And profile of your face exactly visible from the side. Make sure no weight resting on that right arm. Body up, stretch up. Push your left hip down and forward. Push your right knee back with the elbow. Upper body turn, twist backward. Left knee is locked here, left foot flat on the floor. Inhale, come up, arms first, body first, then bend the left, straighten the leg. Right foot in, left foot out. Same thing, heels in one line. Inhale, bend your left knee and sit. And if you need to bounce, thigh, femur bone here, parallel to the floor, hips forward, body back, take a deep breath, just move your arms. Elbow in front of your knee, stretch down towards your toes, right between big and second toe. And stretch that body up. Turn your head, look up, chin to the shoulder. So your arms, your shoulders are stretching each other apart. They're a natural human traction. Push your right hip down and forward. Push your left knee back. Stomach in. Upper body turn, twist backwards, spine twisting here. Right knee is locked, thigh tight, right foot flat on the ground. Inhale, come up. Left foot turns in, right foot back, arms up, arms down. Right, standing separate leg, stretching, feet together, toes and heels touch. All right, arms over your head sideways, right foot step to the right. Big step, arms down parallel, a little bit toes in, stomach in, lock your knees, and bend forward slowly. Grab your heels from the outside, all 5 fingers together. If you can't get under your heels, then you're going for the sides of your feet. And if that's not happening either, hands on the floor in front of you. Make sure knees locked, straight legs, front of your thighs contracted tight. Then you can start to pull if you have the grip, to stretch your body down from your lower spine towards the floor. Roll forward, weight on the toes. Chin forward, trying to touch forehead to the floor. Breathe, make sure knees locked. First your back so your legs are getting that deep stretch, then hips, then your lower spine, then your whole spine. Eventually whole back side of your body stretching. Keep the weight forward, knees locked. Pull, pull, try to touch forehead to the floor between your feet. Inhale, come up, arms out to the side, all the way up. Arms up, right foot back, arms down. Take a breath. All right, we're gonna do another of those Sumo Pulses. All right, 4 more rounds. Feet back to that wider than shoulder width. Stomach inside, here we go, getting into the squat, and go, 20 seconds. Maybe you notice how these Sumo Pulses feel different than before for the hips. And change. I've done a few things since then to try to work on our hip mobility. Here we go, round 2. We're doing 4 rounds total set. And go. Little pulsing, little pulsing. Stomach in. Change. This one too, your breath might be longer. It could be fast with the pulse. Whatever is working for you. Ready? Back down. Go. You got this. Last leg work of the day. Almost through the class. This whole second part of class, really, we're focused on the hips. We're going to continue to focus on the hips. Change. Coming up, shake it out a little bit if the thighs were burning or shaking. One more round, trying to keep them nice and warm for our last bit of stretching. Here we go, down and go. Breathe. Neat? Yeah. Hips back, a lot of weight in the heels, but if you've got stuff going on your knees, just bring the hips up some. It's okay, change.
I've always got the stuff going on in the knees.
Yeah, but there's no sense to force your way through it.
No.
Because what are you going to do? Then tomorrow when we do this one, you can't do it, right? You want to be able to do it, so you do just what you can. All right, we're coming down to our mats. Going to come down to a tabletop position. Going to do a little bit of cat-cow, just reminding our backs about moving. You can do toes down or toes, whatever is more comfortable. All right, so tabletop, right, wrists are under your shoulders, knees under the hips. Cat-cow, we're gonna move a little bit more quickly with it, but so first we're gonna do the cow. Gonna inhale, drop your belly down, look up. Think of your tailbone pointing up. And now exhale, Drop the head, lift your spine, round your spine, stomach in, and then inhale, belly down, looking up, tailbone up. Press the floor away from you some so shoulders are down. Exhale, back into that cat, and arching your spine. Press against the floor here too. Shoulder blades separate, inhale. Back through the cow, let your belly hang low. Exhale, cat. Lift your middle back up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Back to cow. Exhale, go into cat last time here. And then back to tabletop. Alright, from tabletop we're going to get into pigeon on the left side first. So bring your left knee up towards the outside edge of your left wrist. And so left knee's coming outside the left wrist, just outside. And then scoot your foot forward. If you've got stuff going on with the left knee, you might not scoot the foot forward much. And as you open up your hips, you might scoot that foot forward far so your shin's parallel to the front of your mat. And now from here, slide the back leg, the right leg back, hips coming down towards the floor. And we're going to stay up here. On the hands, chest up. You can look up to the ceiling this one if you like. Then we're letting the hips drop towards the floor. You're going to take a couple breaths up tall. Some might feel a stretch in the right hip flexors here, even might feel it in the abs. And then very gently, if you want to, you can stay up here, but if you want to go a little bit deeper into the left hip, you can start to drop down to your forearms. And drop your body down, your head down. You might prop your head up on your hands. And breathe. You can close your eyes. Really use your arms for support here. And notice where you feel it. You might still feel it in that right hip flexor. You might feel it more in the left hip now. This one, a deep hip opener. To work our way out of it, you're going to lift your head up. Gently coming up onto your hands. Take your time here. We're going to tuck the right toes under, so you're on your right toes again. And now lift the hips some, using that back leg and your arms. Bring your left foot back. You're going to do a downward dog. I'm just going to teach it one way. You can do it whichever way you like if you have a favorite method for downward dog. So you're going to walk your dog, bend your knees one and then the other. If your heels aren't touching the ground, no worries. Just moving the hips here after that hip opening posture, moving them around, moving the low back. Alright, and now you're going to bend both knees some. Right, make sure there's a bend in both knees. And now press your arms into the floor. Try to press your chest towards your thighs. And then start to drop your heels towards the floor. Slowly try to straighten your legs. Right from where you got to with the chest. Just feel that stretch in the backs of the legs maybe. Alright, and then we're going to bend knees and bring them all the way down to the ground. Might have to walk them forward a little bit, coming back to tabletop, doing pigeon on the other side. So from tabletop, right knee coming up to the outside edge of your right wrist. Scoot the right foot forward where you can. And now slowly slide the left leg back. And again, careful if you've got right knee issues, bringing that shin forward more and more, so the foot forward more and more on the right side. Might put a little bit extra pressure on your knee, so you just go where you can. Chest is up nice and tall. And breathe. Again, you can look up. So the looking up is just going to accentuate that opening of the front side of the body. So you might feel, when you look up, a little bit more of a stretch through the left hip flexors. Which is not a bad thing. You can always back off too. If that stretch is too much, bring your head down. Again, whatever feels good. Now you can stay up here, or you can start to come down lower. So we're going to intensify the stretch on the right hip this time if you're coming down lower. Onto the forearms. You can drop your head. Again, you can support your head with your hands however it works. Right? 2 fists on top of each other, a hand on a fist, maybe both hands down. Or maybe you're so loose you can just drop your head and body down. Just breathe here. So sometimes, if you're feeling really tight, you'll tend to roll into that right side. Right? The right hip drops lower and the left hip comes up. That is something you want to avoid. You want to try to roughly keep your hips parallel to the floor. And you can always adjust. Right? If it's too much on that right hip, you can come up some. You can always let the right foot go back further down your mat, right closer to the hips, to lessen the stretch on the hip. I'm going to find that place where you feel some discomfort but no pain. One more nice deep breath here. Alright, and then we're going to slowly come back up, carefully back up. Lift your head. Coming up onto the hands. Take your time, tuck the left toes under. Bringing the right leg back, so we're coming back into our downward dog. Same idea, walk your dog first. Bend one knee, the other. Right, your hips are going to twist a bunch here. Your hips are going to move when you do this walking. That's what you want. Alright, and then bend both knees, press your arms into the floor, press your chest towards your thighs, and now gently try to straighten your legs from there. And stretch for the backs of the legs. You might feel this in the shoulders. Alright, and then bend your knees, coming back down. Alright, we're heading to Savasana. Final Savasana. Alright, lying down on your back.
Oh, that felt good.
Arms down, legs down. I know, my hips and back feel pretty good right now.
I know, it's nice.
They're ready. They're ready to go. And as you lie here, just notice how you feel. You can close your eyes. Maybe you notice your hips feel warmer or cooler than they did earlier. Maybe you notice that around the knees or around your low back. There's no right or wrong. You're just noticing, just paying attention. And lay here as long as you like. And just noticing what's going on, breathing calmly. And really take your time. Enjoy this peace, this rest. We'll see you next time. Namaste.
Namaste.